Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm Andy RC, and today I'm taking a look at the damning DM003 quadcopter, which has kindly been sent in for review by lightdate.com. I will put a link in the description. It's a very cheap line-of-sight quadcopter. It can be bought for just $15. This quadcopter is in the ready-to-fly micro class and is competing with the original Hubsan H107 AL at a fraction of the price, so let's take a look at what you get in the box. The quadcopter is packaged really nicely, and the box is not big at all, considering the size of the transmitter inside. We have the quadcopter, which can be bought in black and white colours. I really like the black version. It has a stealth look about it. It comes with installed prop protectors which can be removed by undoing the screws. You can't see it on the video, but the material of the quadcopter is a heavily tinted perspex, and it's super lightweight. It's using what looks like 7mm motors. The props are all black and look slightly bigger than the Hubsan props. Included inside the quadcopter is a 300mAh 1S LiPo battery, which uses the micro LOSI format, so I can use one of the many spares that I already have. The 500mAh Hubsan batteries slot right in there to give extra flight times. Also in the box we have 4 extra blades, some landing feet, a charging cable, and of course the 2.4 GHz transmitter, which comes in mode 2 only. The protocol, however, is supported by Deviation TX. It is using the same protocol as its bigger brother, the DM007, which comes under the Cheerson CX10 protocol, so I will be using my Devo 7E to fly this model. If you would like to modify a Devo 7E to run Deviation TX and the various different protocols, you can check out my tutorial in the Transmitter Mods playlist. I will talk you through the functions of the stock transmitter. You will need 4 AA batteries, which are not included. The top left shoulder button gives you 2 different rates, which are low and high. I will talk more about that in the flight test. The right shoulder button is the 360-degree flip mode. You get 1 flip per button press. You will then need to input pitch or roll to flip in the desired direction. We have trim buttons for yaw, roll and pitch, however the throttle trim has different functions. Pressing the throttle trim up turns the LEDs on and off on the quadcopter, and pressing the down trim enables one key return. As mentioned in my previous videos, I'm not a fan of one key return. It tries to use the headless mode and automatically pitches backwards to try and bring the quad back to you, but it doesn't really work on any aircraft, so I advise not to use it. Onto the sticks, and only the right pitch and roll stick presses inwards, and this activates the headless mode. Again, I'm not a big fan of headless mode, but it does work very well on this model. The LEDs on the quadcopter will flash when in headless mode. That's it for all of its features, so let's go and take it for a fly. The first thing that I noticed with this quadcopter is that it is super smooth. A lot of these RTFs can be quite jittery, but this one is flying similar to my Alien Wii board. I think it definitely flies better than the Hubsan H107 AL, which is great because this one is a lot cheaper. The LEDs are quite close into the centre of the quadcopter, but I think you could still fly it in the dark. I'm not that much of a night flyer anyway, so that isn't a problem for me. Another thing I notice is that this thing is very quiet. I have no problems flying this around while everyone is sleeping, which is great for getting practice in. Let's talk about those rates that I mentioned earlier. They are really nice. Low rates would suit a beginner, but high rates are perfect for taking it that one step further. The angle limits on the self level are pretty aggressive in high rates mode, and you can really push it around. The flips are pre-programmed, however the quad doesn't gain any height by itself before it performs them. I prefer this because you have to do the work yourself, and if you are looking to progress to acro quads after this, then you're going to need to learn to adjust for height when doing rolls and flips. You will get around a 6-minute flight out of it. Again, it depends how much you push it around and how many flips you do. The battery takes around 40 minutes to charge with the stock charger. I'm using my Hobby Tiger 6-port 1S charger. Using the Hubsan 500mAh batteries, you'll get around about a 10-minute flight. One thing's for sure, this is a great little flyer and you will not be disappointed with its performance. It has definitely surpassed my expectations, especially at its low price point. It is a really good quality flying machine. I often get asked on the channel what is a great startup quadcopter, and I usually mention the Hudson H107L, but I think this one has to take its place because it is really cheap, it flies great, I think it flies better than the H107L, and it's really lightweight, you're not going to do any damage, and you can crash it and it's really durable. So there you go, that is my review of the Daming DM003. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again to lighttake.com for sending this quadcopter in for review, and thanks to you for watching it. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.